All right, everybody, welcome back to an episode of From the Stands. We'll be recapping the last week of the MLB season. There was lots to catch up on, so I will go over the back-to-back no-hitters we had, all the injury updates around the league, all the unwritten rules being broken, all of that stuff we're going to get into. So let's get started with the headlines this week. Scary moment, Kevin Pillar was hit in the face by a pitch during a game between the Braves and the Mets. Pillar would leave the game under his own power, so he walked off the field. Posted on social media the next day that he was all good. He had a real nice bruised face, addressed the media, and then delivered the lineup card for the game the next day. So hopefully he will be back soon. Scary moment. We're hoping that he will recover fully. Former Cubs Kyle Schwarber and John Lester returned to Wrigley Field. They got some nice ovations. Kyle Schwarber hit a home run. Lester pitched. So just a good moment for them and the Cubs fans. And here is the big controversy of the week. In a game against the Twins and the White Sox in a blowout, the Twins put a position player on the mound, which means they are not trying to win this game at all. Yermin Mercedes on a 3-0 count hits a home run to center field, absolutely crushes this ball. Astros was upset. I think hopefully just because he gave up a home run. Hopefully not because he swung 3-0. The Twins are upset. La Russa after the game said Mercedes made a mistake and that he would have to deal with consequences in their own family. So not a great thing to say. And the next day, Mercedes is thrown behind, and La Russa said he doesn't have a problem with the pitch, and he wasn't upset with the way the Twins handled it. So just an awful situation all around from Tony La Russa. That's exactly how you lose a clubhouse, by not protecting your players. So not a great situation at all. So we'll kind of see how that affects the White Sox. The pitcher who threw at him, Tyler Duffy, got suspended 3 games. I don't blame him at all. You could tell he didn't want to throw at him, but somebody in the Twins is upset about Mercedes swinging 3-0 on a pitch that was like 46 miles an hour with a position player on the mound. So you're already showing you're not trying to win the game. I don't see what the big deal is, but apparently some people are upset by that. Garrett Cole broke Corbin Burns' record of 59 strikeouts without a walk. He broke Burns' record of 58, so Cole gets his 59th. His streak ended at 61 strikeouts before he walked a batter, so that record didn't last very long. Garrett Cole already broke it. Bad news, Mike Trout is to miss 6 to 8 weeks with a right calf strain. He hurt himself running the bases and had to leave the game, so he will miss significant time for a struggling Angels team. From last week, Corey Seager is set to miss at least 4 weeks after suffering a fractured right hand after being hit by a pitch, so he left the game. This happened last week, but I didn't see the diagnosis for how long he was going to miss until this week, so that's why we're going over it now. Speaking of broken hands, Huascar Ynoa of the Braves broke a bone in his pitching hand after he punched a dugout bench in frustration after he was taken out of a game against the Brewers, so he's going to miss a good amount of time for a Braves team that really needs him to be on the mound pitching. More returns, Lorenzo Cain returns to Kansas City. He got a nice ovation, so good moment for him returning to the place where he won them a World Series. Our first no-hitter of the week, Spencer Turnbull of the Tigers no-hits the Seattle Mariners for the second time. The Mariners getting no-hit for the second time, so he throws a no-hitter. Max Scherzer moved to 19th place on the all-time strikeout list with his 2,856th strikeout, so congrats to him. Corey Kluber threw the second no-hitter of the week. He no-hits his former team, the Texas Rangers, that he pitched 1 inning for last season, so he no-hits them. The Yankees' first no-hitter in a good while. And finally, Indians DH Franmil Reyes is to miss 5 to 7 weeks with an oblique strain. He hurt himself swinging. That is a big blow for the Indians lineup that already struggles with offense. Now on to the plays of the week. Starting us off, the Twins pulled off a great comeback against the White Sox. Miguel Sano, he had 3 home runs in this game. This was the 3rd one. It's a 2-run home run to tie it in the 8th inning. And then Jorge Polanco in the 9th with the walk-off single. So the Twins come back to beat the White Sox in a great game there. Tony Kemp makes this great diving catch at shortstop. He lays out full air, full extension to make this catch. Spencer Turnbull threw a no-hitter over the past week. Jeimer Candelario saved it on this play at third base, gets the runner to keep the no-hitter intact. Trey Turner is called out again for running in the baseline, as you should. He literally just runs to first base. He's called out. There's zero reason for him to be out in this situation. And then we get David Martinez with the great ejection. He rips off the base, throws it, gets the great kick in there. He was very upset, as he should be. That is an awful call. He literally just you can see him, he runs straight down the baseline. There's no reason for him to be out there. Jacoby Jones made a home run robbing catch out there in center field. Makes it look super casual. He just kind of jumps up, grabs it, robs a home run, no big deal. The Giants put up 19 runs against the Reds with position player on the mound here. They score their 19th on this error in right field. JD Martinez picked a great time for his 250th career home run. He hits this 2-run shot in the 9th against the Jays to put the Red Sox in the lead, and they would go on to win that game. Trey Turner is back, this time with a defensive highlight. This play in the hole, this is the last play of the game. He gets the backhand, throws it all the way to first base, gets it on a hop, gets the run at first. That's a great play to end the game and prevent the tying run from coming to the plate. Lorenzo Cain makes an amazing running catch out in left center field. This ball hits, looks like it's going to go for extra bases for sure, but he makes the great running catch to reel that one in. Another big offensive performance, this time for the Braves. They put up 20 runs against the Pirates. Pirates not exactly known for the pitching, but the Braves offense woke up in this game. Francisco Mejia, one of the big pieces back in the Blake Snell trade, hits a big grand slam in the 12th inning to put the Rays ahead. The Jays would almost crawl back, but the Rays would hang on to win this game in 12 innings. Ramon Laureano could do it all. This time he robs a home run from Anthony Rendon out in center field. This is a great catch. I love watching Ramon Laureano play. I also love watching Anthony Rendon. As you can see, he was visibly upset, just shaking in anger. He was not happy about that play there. The Yankees caught a big break. They turned this triple play in the 9th with 2 runners on against Chapman. The White Sox are threatening. Vaughn hits a screamer to third base that Urshela steps on the bag, throws to second, throws back to first. They get the triple play. That was a huge play in this game. They had the tying run on second base with nobody out and with Vaughn at the plate. So that was a great play to get them out of that jam. They would go on to win that game. Time for the games of the week. We've got a lot of good stuff, so let's get started. We're going to start off with the Astros and the A's in Oakland. Bottom of the 4th, it's 3-1. Houston, Ramon Laureano with his second home run of the day makes it 3-2, so the A's are a little bit closer. And then in the bottom of the 6th, Matt Olson with the home run to tie the game, so it's 3-3. We're going to jump to the top of the 7th inning. Michael Brantley with the double to bring in the go-ahead run, so it's 4-3 Astros now. And then Yuli Gurriel with the sac fly brings it in another run, so it's 5-3 Astros. Mark Canha would hit a sacrifice fly. The bases are loaded, brings in another run, so now it's 5-4 Astros. And then in the 8th, Matt Chapman with the game-tying double ties it up at 5. So the A's have tied it. They head to the 9th inning. Ramon Laureano, again, he's already got 2 home runs in this game, hits the walk-off sacrifice fly. So he had a pair of homers and the walk-off hits. Great day for Ramon Laureano. The A's take that one 6-5. All right, next up we have the White Sox and the Yankees, the start of their 3-game set. In this game, it was a great pitcher's duel. Carlos Rodon struck out 13 Yankees. Jordan Montgomery almost matched him. He struck out 11, so it was a great pitcher's duel. Until the 7th inning, Gleyber Torres with the go-ahead home run to right field, the classic Yankee Stadium home run. Definitely not upset about that one. Barely cleared the wall, but it's fine. The White Sox would come back to tie it. Nick Madrigal with the little flare out there to right field brings in the tying run, so it's 1-1. We're going to head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Evan Marshall with the jam here with nobody out, so they ground one up the middle. Anderson comes home. They get the runner at the plate, so that's the first out. And then on a line drive to third base, Moncada snags it, throws to second for the double play. So Marshall escapes a huge jam there without giving up a run. In the top of the 9th, White Sox have 2 runners on against Chapman. Andrew Vaughn at the plate, nobody out. He hits the screaming line drive to third. We've talked about it. They get the triple play to get out of that jam and save Chapman from giving up what could have been his first earned run of the season. Then in the bottom of the 9th, Gleyber Torres again, this time with the game-winning single. So the Yankees win that one 2-1. This was a really exciting game between two of the best teams in the American League. All right, next up we have the Mets and the Marlins started their series. We're gonna jump to the fourth inning. It's 3-1 Mets on a base hit here. Nito trying to come to the plate. The Marlins get him on this single at the plate, so they keep it a 3-1 game. In the bottom of the seventh, Garrett Cooper with the game-tying 2-run home run, so it's 3-3, and this one would go on for a while. In the eighth inning, the bases are loaded. It's 3-2. Trevor May gets the strikeout to strand the bases loaded and send it to the ninth. We're going to jump to the 10th, though. Still nobody scored. Dylan Flora with the bases loaded gets VR to ground out, so that would end the 10th inning. In the 11th, the Mets are threatening again. They have runners on first and third. Simber on the mound picks off VR at third base. This was an insane move to third to get the pick off. The Mets would not score, so that was a huge play in this game. In the top of the 12th, the Mets are threatening again. Khalil Lee with his first major league hit hits a double down the line to bring in the go-ahead run, so it's now 4-3 Mets. And then on the next batter, Janeshby Fargas triples down the line into the corner, so he's going to knock in 2 more runs. He's going to come to the plate to try to score. He might get the inside the Parker, but he's thrown out at the plate, but nobody cares. He's pumped. He drives in 2 runs, so it's 6-3 Mets now. In the bottom of the 12th, though, the Marlins are not done yet. Miguel Rojas with the RBI single brings in another run, so it's now 6-4 Miami. And with runners on first and third, Corey Dickerson grounds one to shortstop. Lindor gets the double play, so the Mets turn a huge double play there. It's 6-5 Mets, and then the next batter, Adam Duvall, pops up to left field to end the game, so the Mets hang on to win that game. That was an exciting extra innings game, back and forth. Nobody could score until that 12th inning. Next up, we have the Astros and the Rangers in Arlington. This is an exciting game. We're going to jump to the bottom of the fourth. Adolis Garcia with runners on hits a double into the gap, so that's going to bring in 2 runs. He's going to try for third base, but he is thrown out there. So the Rangers take a 3-1 lead. Heading into the bottom of the fifth, Nate Lowe brings in another run, so it's now 4-1 Rangers. In the seventh, the Astros have the bases loaded, but Hunter Wood escapes that one with the strikeout, gets Yordan Alvarez, so he escapes the bases loaded jam there. In the eighth inning, though, the Astros would make their comeback. Carlos Correa with an RBI double makes it 4-2. Jason Castro would double in a run on a little flare over the third base bag. So that brings in another run. It's 4-3, and then Jose Altuve would tie it with an RBI single. So it's 4-4 heading into the 10th inning. On a ground ball to third, they try to turn the double play, but Holt throws it into right field, so that would bring in the go-ahead run. It's now 5-4 Texas. In the bottom of the 10th, 2 runners on. Adolis Garcia again, this time with the game-winning 3-run home run, so the Rangers win that one 7-5. And finally, we have the White Sox and the Yankees, the finale of their 3-game set. We're going to start off in the first inning, 2 runners on. Gleyber Torres with the 2-run single. He was on fire this series, brings in 2 more runs, so the Yankees take a 2-0 lead. In the bottom of the fifth, the White Sox get a double play out of Gio Urshela, but that brings home DJ LeMahieu, so that brings in another run, so it's 3-0. Heading into the 6th inning, Jose Abreu, this time with a 2-run moonshot home run, so it makes it 3-2 Yankees, now a little bit closer. And then the bottom of the 6th, Brett Gardner with the ground ball back to the pitcher. They try to turn the double play, but Gardner's got good speed, so that brings in another run, so it's now 4-2 White Sox. Also on that throwing error from Tim Anderson, the White Sox not able to turn the double play there. But in the 7th inning, Yasmani Grandal with the home run just outside of the reach of Clint Frazier. The fan almost reached over to grab it, but I think it would have been a home run no matter what. So it's now 4-3 Yankees. Heading into the bottom of the 8th inning, Gleyber Torres trying to steal third. He's thrown out at third on the challenge. This was a crazy play. This was a huge play in this game, because otherwise he would have been on third with 1 out, and the Yankees cling to a 1-run lead. So they get him at third base for the 2nd out. They would get through that inning. And then at the top of the 9th, Andrew Vaughn, we saw him the other night against Chapman, grounded that triple play, but he does not do that this time. He goes oppo to right field for a game-tying home run. This is the first earned run given up by Aroldis Chapman all year, so he blows the save. But heading into the bottom of the 9th, the Yankees have the bases loaded. Aaron Judge draws the walk from Liam Hendricks. This was the only batter Hendricks faced. He was all over the place, so he walks in that run, and that would be the ball game. So exciting series against the White Sox and the Yankees. The Yankees get the sweep in that final game to get the win. All right, next up we have the performances of the week. We got a lot of good pitching performances, a lot of good hitting performances. Miguel Sano hit 3 home runs against the White Sox. He had 4 runs batted in. He hit the game-tying home run in the 8th inning, just like we talked about before. So he had a huge game. Spencer Turnbull of the Tigers throws a no-hitter, 9 innings pitched, no hits, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. So he throws the first no-hitter of his career. Lucas Giolito against the Twins shut them down. 8 innings pitched, just 1 run, 2 hits. His 1 run was on a home run, and 11 strikeouts. So he shuts down the Twins offense there. Corey Kluber threw a no-hitter the next night after Turnbull. So 9 innings pitched, no hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. So great outing from Corey Kluber. Jesse Winker was raking this week. He goes 4 for 4 in this game, 3 home runs, 4 RBIs with a walk. So he was crushing the ball. And then finally we have Adam Wainwright last night on Sunday Night Baseball with 8 innings pitched, no runs allowed, just 1 hit, 7 strikeouts. So he's been pitching well for the Cardinals. Let's move on to the standings watch. We got a lot of shuffling around this week, a lot more tightening races. In the East, Boston and the Rays are tied for first place. The Rays have won 10 straight games. The Yankees are just a half game behind them. They've won 6 straight games. The Blue Jays are 4.5 games out. They've lost 5 in a row. So a lot of shuffling around. That division is going to be a very tight race. In the Central, the White Sox still lead it, even after getting swept by the Yankees. Cleveland is 1.5 games out of that division. And then in the West, the A's lead that by 1.5 games. The Astros were creeping back, but they lost 3 straight to the Rangers to drop to 1.5 games out of that race. In the NL, the Mets lead the East by 1.5 games over the Braves and the Phillies, who are now tied. The Marlins are just 2 games out, and the Nationals are just 2.5 games out. The Nationals aren't even above 500, so this division is just going to be a mess all year long. In the NL Central, the Cardinals lead it by 2 games over the Cubs. And then in the West, the Padres take the lead in the NL West. They have won 9 straight games. The Dodgers are just 1 game out of second place after winning 7 straight. And the Giants fall to third place and are now 2 games out after being swept by the Dodgers this past series. Players of the week in the American League, my pitchers, we're going to go with Corey Kluber, Spencer Turnbull, of course, for their no-hitter performances. I'm also going to throw in Casey Mize of the Tigers. Good week for Tigers pitching. He pitched 14 innings, allowed just 2 earned runs, 13 strikeouts, 1.29 ERA. So he had a good week. On the offensive side, Trey Mancini hit .435 with 3 home runs, 3 doubles, 9 RBIs, and a 1.492 OPS. And then Miguel Sano, he hit .300 with 5 home runs, 10 RBIs, and a 1.264 OPS. So they had great weeks at the plate. In the National League, Zach Wheeler for the Phillies, 14 in the 3rd innings pitched. He allowed just 1 earned run with 22 strikeouts, 0.63 ERA. And then Walker Buehler for the Dodgers in 14 innings pitched, just 1 earned run, 12 strikeouts, 0.64 ERA. On the offensive side in the National League, we have Austin Riley for the Braves. He was crushing the ball, hit .462 with 6 home runs, 4 doubles, and 11 RBIs. He had a 1.772 OPS. And then Jesse Winker, .407, 6 homers, a 1.541 OPS. Time for the Rookie Watch. We're going to check up on what I think are the 2 league leaders in the Rookie of the Year race. Adolis Garcia for the Rangers. He's hitting .291 on the year with 14 homers, 38 RBIs, and a 932 OPS. He is crushing the ball. He's in the lead for me, I think, for the Rookie of the Year race. And then in the National League, talking about him all season long because he's been so good. Trevor Rogers, 6-2 on the year, 1.74 ERA, and 51 2/3 innings. He's got 65 strikeouts. He's definitely the front runner. He's been one of the best pitchers in the National League, not just on the rookie side. What to watch for? We got a lot of exciting headlines on Tuesday. Jacob deGrom will return to the mound for the Mets. We're going to see the best pitcher in baseball back in action. And then also on Tuesday, former high school teammates Lucas Giolito and Jack Flaherty will face off against each other as the Cardinals and the White Sox play. It's the first time they are matching up in a major league game, so that's going to be exciting. Speaking of exciting matchups, the Dodgers and the Astros are set to rematch in Houston for a 3-game set starting on Tuesday. We all know how the last one went. This time there's going to be fans in the stands. It's going to be an exciting series. And finally, we're going to run through the highlight reel real fast. Nick Madrigal hits his first career home run. He's a guy we would wonder if it was ever going to come, but he hits this one out against the Twins for his first career home run. Tomas Nido hits a huge clutch home run against the Braves to put the Mets past Atlanta in this game. Another great play on a comebacker. Hunter Wood makes the bare hand grab, gets the play, and gets the out. So that's a great snag by Hunter Wood. The Padres walked off on a wild pitch in the midst of their 9-game winning streak. So exciting stuff there. Ronald Acuna Jr. continues to crush the ball. He hits a walk-off home run to beat the Mets. It's his first career walk-off home run, so congrats to him. Edmundo Sosa makes a pair of great diving catches for the Cardinals at shortstop. So he gets the first one, and then later on in the game makes the second great play there. Another great play on a comebacker, Dane Dunning, with the behind-the-head snag, and then makes the double play on the throw to second base there. So another great play on a comebacker. Albert Pujols hit his first Dodgers home run. It's still so weird to see him in Dodger blue. Cesar Hernandez hits the walk-off home run for the Indians against the Twins in extra innings to win the game for them. Dom Smith makes a great play here at first base, so he gets just first of all the range to get to that, and then laying on his back makes the throw to first. That's a great play there. Not sure how he got to that ball. Another great defensive play in this game. Janeshway Vargas makes a great diving snow cone catch in center. The ball just stayed right on the edge of his glove. That full extension there, so that's a great catch. Always exciting to see a snow cone grab. Garrett Cooper hit a walk-off home run in this game to beat the Mets and win the game for the Marlins. The Rays pulled off a 2-run comeback against the Jays in the 9th inning. They scored 4 runs in this inning. First on an RBI single, and then 3 straight bases-loaded walks to take a 2-run lead in that game that they would go on to win. Kyle Garlick for the Twins. It's a go-ahead 3-run home run off of James Karinchak in the 10th inning, so the Twins will go on to win that game. Carlos Santana for the Royals hits the game-winning 2-run home run off of Michael Fulmer and the Tigers, so they would go on to come from behind and win that game. Adolis Garcia had a great week. He also had this walk-off hit against the Astros. His second walk-off hit against the Astros on this play up the middle brings in the game-winning run in the 10th inning. Trevor Story hit a walk-off home run against the Diamondbacks. He hits this ball dead center to win the game for the Rockies. And then Javi Baez on Sunday Night Baseball hits the go-ahead 2-run home run in the 10th inning to put them over the Cardinals. They will go on to win that game 2-1. That is going to be it, guys. We had a lot of stuff to cover this week, lots of headlines, lots of news. So I hope you guys are all caught up now. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next week. If you have any questions you want me to answer, you can put them below. I'll either answer them in the comments or in next week's episode. So I will see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching.